Hello factory fans, in the last episode of our legendary factory series, we upgraded Factorio with a high output EM science build. This episode, we turn our attention to Gleba, where we'll face the challenge of building a legendary agricultural science factory producing at least 10 packs per second. With complex intermediaries and key components like legendary biochambers and stack inserters to manage, this is going to be tough, but an exciting step forward. Let's dive in. With our legendary factory on Factorio and on Volcanus completed, the next one that we need to deal with is Gleba. Now we want to give a very similar treatment to our Gleba factory as we did to the others, and I've just been experimenting with a couple of builds to understand a few things. The process is going to be a little bit different to our Factorio and Volcanus process. The reason being is after doing a little bit of experimentation, it seems we're missing a few very critical items to make a Gleba build work. This is a very preliminary thing that I threw together. It's basically the same as the other legendary factories with one of every building surrounded by legendary beacons and modules. But the quantity at which everything happens makes it so that we must use legendary inserters, as well as the quantity that we need certain subcomponents for the agri-science in. We need legendary biochambers. At the current moment, we have neither. So before getting into too many details about the build that's going to get us agri-science, what I want to do is go to Gleba and repurpose the existing agri-science build, not to produce agri-science anymore, but to produce these legendary buildings and inserters that we need. Now, between last episode and this episode, I haven't done too much work on anything at all. All I've done is come over to Gleba and start setting up this Yamako stuff that we might need. I'm not sure if we're definitely going to need it or not, but I just wanted to set it up in case we need these overgrowth soil. I feel like it'll be useful to get our build more condensed. For example, we don't need to build our farm out here. We can build it like a little bit closer and customize where we want to build our farm. For example, we could build our Yamako farm like here, between here and here. Like we can do one of the Yamakos here, we can do the jelly nut here, and in between here we can do our final factory, for example. But we might need it, so I thought I'd just set it up in the meantime. It's not really relevant right now. Otherwise, I haven't really touched Gleba at all. It's still working the way it used to work. Now, this old base is actually doing quite a lot. Unlike our Factorio and stuff, I don't want to decommission this because this old base is responsible for creating things like rocket turrets, all of the building materials required to keep the base working in the event of an attack, to replace belts, inserters, and all that other stuff. So I definitely want to keep this old base intact. We're going to build our final agri-science build separately to this old base, like I said, over here or something, and the old base will be responsible for just keeping everything alive by building more inserters and belts and whatnot and rockets and all the defensive stuff that we need. So it's pretty good. Now, we don't need this building anymore that's currently producing agri-science. What we want to replace it with instead, actually I shouldn't get rid of it completely. What we want to do is replace this with the ability to create legendary biochambers, basically. So obviously we can't make legendary biochambers directly, and I don't think I want to because look at the materials required. Legendary nutrients, I don't know how much setup we need to get all of this stuff directly into legendary for it to craft. And the other thing is we don't need that many legendary biochambers. We only need like 4 or 5 for the build, so it doesn't need to be a fast process. So we're just going to roll them from normal. So we're just going to try to make normal biochambers, and then we're going to pipe it out somewhere that makes sense, somewhere that has a little bit of room, and then we're going to allow it to basically roll up to legendary. So I'm going to set that up now, and we'll see how that looks. Annoyingly, looking at what we need for this, we do need landfill, and currently we don't have a source of stone anymore. There's only 67k on this patch, so we need to secure a new source of stone first. And it doesn't look like there's any convenient source of stone anywhere near me, unfortunately. So we might have to venture a little bit further away to get the stone. And we're also going to need to defend the stone. Just trying to figure out the best possible place we can get it from. I mean, it says that we still have 67k stone here. I wonder if that's enough for us. I don't think so. We do need a new source of stone. And we need that stone to last forever, basically. So we might have to venture out and set up a new stone mine somewhere. There's 128k here. We can do this one. We'd have to clear out some pentapods along the way, and we'd have to do new infrastructure to defend that stone mine permanently. So I guess that's our first port of call, I guess. Ugh, so annoying to do things on Gleba. Alright, so I looked around at the area and I sort of weighed up that, you know, this stone piles are only like 100k, and we do have 67k stone left in this patch over here right next to our base where it's safe. So I've just set up a legendary miner, a singular one, with max productivity modules to get as much stone out of this pile as we can. And hopefully with all that stone, we can make enough landfill to complete our process of making like 10 legendary biolabs, hopefully. And later in the future, then we can, if we need more stone, we can then expand out. So for now, I think that's what we will do. Next, we're going to need some pentapod eggs to kick off our process again. Luckily, I have my Spidertron on Gleba now, so it should be pretty easy to grab. We'll just go deal with one of the nests that have been attacking one of our farms. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, to get this biochamber process going, we do need to get recyclers, and we need to get some quality modules as well. So we're heading to Fulgora, and we're going to go do that. Now, with our quality modules and our recyclers from Fulgora, we can start setting up this little process and pray that it works and actually gives us what we need. This is going to be a very iffy process, to be fair, because a lot of this stuff is perishable. So it's like, will it ever even truly upcycle properly is the question that I have. So we're going to do it and we're going to find out. I don't even have inserters anymore here. Let me just grab a few. I bought some inserters and chests from Nowverse just to get us going. Alright, let's hook this up and see if this works. So it's definitely crafting with efficiency and with quality. And I've got it routed out this way just to give us some room to work. Our base is not very organized at the moment. Especially this old one, because I had an original, you know, Gleba in a box from my original series, but then we've had to keep tacking things onto this, so it's become quite messy. But it's fine. We're just going to pull the biochambers out to the side and go from there. Now, there's nowhere else it's going, right? It's definitely coming out this way. Oh, wait, it's filtered. Let me filter this for biochambers. Any quality biochamber. So this thing only holds 4 modules, so our quality up percentage is really low. Oh, and it's being affected by beacons. All right, that's not good. We need to get rid of the beacons. Who beacons? All right, we need to remove a lot of the beacons, and now our quality up is 25%, which is the correct amount. It'll produce slowly and at higher quality. Now, these biochambers are going to come out around the back here and be stored in this box, and now we need to upcycle it. And this upcycling process is not the simplest thing in the world. I think we'll start off with holding all the blue ones. We'll just get the green and normal quality ones out. So if it's less than blue, it needs to go into a recycler. And our recycler needs to have quality modules as well. Now this is where everything gets a little bit wonky, because our recycler is going to put everything into a purple chest to push back into the network. Oh crap, do I even have a purple chest here? I'm going to try to make a purple chest. Okay, so here's that purple chest. Now it's going to attempt to upcycle this stuff, right? But the question is, this is so perishable that will I even get enough nutrients to build a higher quality one before it expires? It only needs 5, but we'll see if this even works. So we're going to create 5 more of these to do the higher quality ones, and I doubt this is going to even work properly, but we'll find out. So I don't really have much room to do anything. Oh, these need nutrients to function as well. All right, we're going to have to give it nutrients. But essentially, they're going to be trying to make green biochambers. This one's going to try to make blue biochambers. And even legendary directly, if that's even possible, right? Then we need our requester chest over here. And how do I tell it to not put green nutrients in consumption? Oh, that's going to be super tricky. Like, will it know to not use the green nutrients here? That's so weird. So if I bring a box over and we request some nutrients, let's just like request 10 nutrients. Now we do need to buffer some nutrients somewhere for this to work. You can just do it here. I don't want to store too many in here, otherwise I'm going to have to do spoilage handling as well. I probably need to do spoilage handling either way. If I do trash unrequested, it will do spoilage handling. So now we got nutrients. Now, does it know to take these nutrients instead of the other nutrients is my question. So many things to figure out on Gleba. The spoilage mechanics really don't interact well with all the other mechanics like quality and things like that. Now, do I want my bots to just handle this process? So I just put the spoilage into a purple chest. I've heard people say they've had bad experiences using their bots to handle a lot of this stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Now they have nutrients, they just need the materials to actually do stuff, which in theory should be in this box, right? So theoretically, I should be able to put down requester chests everywhere here and hook them up like this, and they should be able to just request stuff and potentially make something. Well, we're making a green one. Oh crap, they need quality modules. So this is our upcycling process. Then we already got 2 blue ones, which is kind of nice. We'll take the blue one and we'll put it into here so that it goes a little bit faster. So we'll see what this makes. Like, it's already tried to make a green one. We've already got a green one. Now, why isn't everything in ratio? What happened to my pentapod eggs? Why did they not exist? Weird. So now we can take these out and feed them back into the upcycling process, I think. It's going to be like the jankiest, most spaghetti. Oh, we got a purple one. Amazing. How did we get a purple one already? That's crazy. You can feed that into the upcycling process. Is that how it works? Oops, that's not right. There we go. We got 1 blue, 1 purple one, which is already pretty good. We need legendary ones though. Now I'm getting spoilage as well. Oh man, we got to do like spoilage handling on all of this stuff. We'll do the laziest spoilage handling that we can and just put it into a box. Make more purple chests. And hopefully our bots can deal with this. And I'm not sure if they are going to, but we will find out, I guess. Now we're out of iron plate. Okay, do we have nothing buffering the iron plate? We probably need to buffer iron plate somewhere, right? We'll keep the buffer quite small. And we'll just have to monitor this system to see if it functions as we expect. But while we're doing that, we need a few of these things as well. So we've got to give it the same treatment. So I'll watch this system while I deal with this system as well. I've done a very messy but similar dealios over here. So this thing's making our white inserters, and anything less than blue is being then pushed out and recycled over here, and these additional materials are being pushed out into these chests to attempt to make higher quality ones. I think this one will be more stable because the jelly has a longer spoil time. Actually, it doesn't. It's 5 minutes. So yeah, I doubt we'll ever store enough legendary jelly to directly make one, but I've left it there just in case anyway. We're probably mostly going to rely on luck to roll it up from here. So it's definitely going to be a very, very slow process. We've got 2 purple ones so far. So we'll just let this do its thing. Luckily, the resources on this planet, besides stone, are all infinite. So this can just run for however long it needs to run for. Checking back in on this, we've got 7 blue biochambers and 1 epic biochamber now. So definitely okay. It should work, just very, very slowly. I doubt we ever have the spoil time to stock up like a bunch of purple ones. Like, look at this. We have 1 purple nutrient to make a purple biochamber, but we need 5, and I doubt we're gonna get to 5 before this thing spoils, right? So yeah, and do we need to handle spoilage here? Because yeah, I guess we do, because that will spoil, right? The jelly in here might spoil. Okay, fine. We'll handle spoilage over here as well. And we'll just do it the laziest way, which is just putting it into a purple chest. Fantastic. All right, this should just slowly work. Hopefully we'll get some legendaries eventually. And in the meantime, we can start looking at doing the rest of our build. Now, before we even get into the build, I think the first thing that we need to do is set up a couple of new farms. I hope, like, I'm assuming the new build is going to use so much material. We might need like at least 2 of each farm, but we'll find out, I guess. So I'm thinking over here with the purple soil and over here with the green soil for Yamako should be okay. But let me clear out the area a little bit and see if that actually gels. I think this agricultural tile will tell me where I can put stuff. Like, for example, here. I might need to get some landfill though. So we need to think about extendability in the future. Like, I can make more farms tiling upwards here. Luckily, the farms aren't too big. They're only 24 tiles, I believe. No, they're actually a lot more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles across and 7 tiles down. So yeah, they're like around 50 tiles, let's just say, for simplicity's sake. Now, obviously, 1 tile has to be dedicated to actually bringing stuff in and out of this system. So we'll set that up. How do I do it on my other farms? I think I cleanly did it pretty well on these farms. So we can put a tower right outside and then connect it with a regular power pole. So it definitely needs an output and like something that brings the seeds back in, right? Super weird. I don't understand. I copied and pasted this one and we could see that the power pole is definitely not inside the farm. Yeah, I can't replicate this setup over here. Does it need to be upwards? Like, does it have to be directly above it for it to work? Like, literally copying and pasting these 2 power poles is what I wanted to do. Does it only work like downwards? It doesn't work sideways? That makes no sense whatsoever. I literally copy. Oh no, the power pole is further out. Oh, I'm so stupid. Alright, I get it. I get ya. So yeah, this is the setup of our farm. Let's see if I can tile it properly with the right soils. Yeah, see how all of this, even though it's in the purple area, because it's not in the bright purple area, I can't just use overgrowth jelly nut soil. I can use overgrowth jelly nut soil. I can't just use artificial jelly nut soil here. It won't let me. But because I am in the purple, I am allowed to use the overgrowth jelly nut soil. So like we can do that, and this is going to require a lot of this overgrowth stuff. Like I'm already run out, and that's like 4 tiles. So let me work on this for a bit and see how many we actually need to tile an area. And that's why I got these going, and we need a lot of biter eggs to get this going. So this is going to take some time. Hey, check it out. Back on Nalvis, we have our first legendary biolab. And why have you stopped crafting though? Oh, you're full of spoilage. I need a spoilage handling over here as well. God, everything needs spoilage handling. It's all Gleba nightmares. But can't be unhappy about that. We got our first legendary biolab. We're going to need a few more to get things going. Now, I'm getting Aquilo to transport over biter eggs, and we're just going to slowly build up our artificial soils. So this is going to be a new thing. Now, this is definitely going to slow down our production of productivity modules because I'm borrowing the biter eggs, but hopefully I don't need too much artificial soil to get this all going. We're going to temporarily stop your request, and we're going to start with our jelly nut farm, and then we'll go onto our Yamako farm. I believe all of this is fertile Yamako soil. I'm not really sure how to check what soil it is, but yeah, I believe it is. So we should be able to build Yamako farms like down and out this way. And then hopefully we can build our base in the middle over here, and we should be all sweet. Alright, here's our first batch of 500 eggs. Let's see how many soils it can actually build. I definitely have enough seeds, I believe. But yeah, this is a very, very slow process. I might put a beacon in to get it to hurry up. I did bring beacons, right? Yeah, I bought some legendary beacons over, so we can speed up these processes a little bit. These aren't doing anything with quality, so we're just trying to make them ASAP. We'll see how many 500 biter eggs actually makes. Yeah, I'll give you a hand. You guys can stop transporting this. I don't think 500 biter eggs even makes that much soil. Well, I think we need about 200 soil to tile one farm. Spoilage is too slow. Oh man, I don't have enough bots here. I gotta bring more bots over to this planet. Yeah, let me help you out. I think that's it. 500 eggs worth. Well, we may get a calculator off this. 500 eggs should have made 50, but with prod modules, it made 100. Is this double productivity? Yeah, double productivity. So it made 100. So basically, every 500 batch of eggs makes me 100, which in theory should be enough to tile a farm, right? Let's give it a go. So that's not horrible. That uses 4. Oh no, it's not not enough. Each section uses 4. Like each one of these tiles uses 4. That's crazy. Yeah, okay. So we need like a few thousand to get one farm going. All right, this is going to take a few hours, so bear with me. We're just going to keep sending you back and forth and grabbing biter eggs. Sorry, SS Nalvis, you're not going to have enough biter eggs to do everything, unfortunately. Now, while I'm waiting for all this stuff to happen, I'm just automated the bringing of eggs over via SS Aquilo. So we're going to go clear out some of our pentapod friends over here to clear some space, and then we can start setting up both our farms, and we can start looking at the build. Holy crap, look at these dudes. There's so many of them. They're so big. What is this? They're going to destroy my Spidertron. That is the biggest pentapod nest I have ever cleared. Alright, that should do. So I think we want to do our main base here and going down. So I guess I'll go and talk about it. We'll have to go back into creative mode to talk about it. So let me switch over. Now I've kind of done the build off camera, but it follows the same principles as all the other ones that we did. We basically started off with what we wanted to create, which is this agricultural science, and just looked at the volumes that we wanted to create it in, figured out how many beacons need to go around it, and then did all the intermediaries. Where this gets a little bit funky is obviously we are no longer on simple planets like Volcanus and Fulgora. We are on Gleba, and Gleba is a pain in the butt when it comes to spoilage and all that stuff, and every single building requiring nutrients and things like that. So here's how the build works. I'm not going to go over how I came up with this. You can kind of see how it works. Agricultural science is being produced over here. It needs pentapod eggs. At the rate of beacons that I currently have it at, it does 12.3. Now this is using a normal lab because I was also experimenting with, do we actually need legendary labs? The answer is yes, because to even create 10 per second of agri-science, we need 8 per second of eggs. And you can see how many modules I have surrounding this lab, and without a legendary lab, we can't supply enough pentapod eggs into the system to create even 10 science per second, let alone more than that. So yeah, we're gonna have to just go with legendary labs over here, or more of these depending on what we get. So we definitely need a few of these. In terms of actual production for the rest of this stuff, well, we got our flux, we've got our jelly processing and our Yamako mash processing, and this thing is handling all the nutrients for the entire system. So these 6 buildings over here form the foundational core of making our agri-science, which is all we really need. We can stop here if we really want to. If I were lazy, I could just borrow the rocket silos from my existing setup, because my existing setup produces all the rocket silos in the world, right? Rocket parts, I should say. So we have 4 rocket silos that we can just use to launch this. But I kind of wanted to take it a step further and see if we can make it a self-sustaining system. And it's not too hard to continue it, to add on to this to do that. We just need to add in our iron and copper bacteria cultivators. We need our bioplastic. I added lubricant just in case I want this to make all its own defensive stuff later. This doesn't need to be here. And I've added carbon fiber, carbon, and rocket fuel. So this should provide like a basis of everything. Like with iron and copper, we should be able to smelt it all over here and create all the stuff we need for blue circuits, LDS, and all that other fun stuff. How we can create that is another story, whether we want to bring calcite into the equation and do it all in foundries, or whether we just want to do it the traditional way without foundries. But we can decide all that later. So I've copied this whole blueprint as a whole, but I think I just want to take this part of the blueprint and implement this first, just to get the green science going, to see if it even works before we start doing some crazy stuff and do self-sustaining rocket parts. So I'm going to save this one as well, and then we're going to go into our game and see if we can implement that, because we don't even have all the legendary labs that we need to do all this anyway, so why complicate things, right? Alright, we're back on Gleba now. So while we wait for all these artificial soils to craft very, very slowly, we're going to start putting down our build. Oh man, we're getting wrecked up here as well. What's going on? Anyway, blueprint time. So this is it. This is the whole blueprint for the science part anyway. Maybe I want it to go downwards, not upwards into my other farm and then get jammed for space. I want it kind of centered between the Yamako and the jelly nut farm. So probably around here somewhere would be nice. Yeah, let's just try here. I'm going to send down all my other stuff that we need, like our beacons. I don't think I'm carrying anything else. We'll have to request everything as we need it. Now, I don't have any, like, biolabs at all, so I'm just going to put blue ones for now for everything. And I'm using green belts and stuff, which I realize I haven't bought any of. So I'm going to have to send you over to get some. I guess once you get to Nalvis, pick up the eggs, you can go to Volcanus and bring me the belts I need for this setup. Lots of waiting in this build, unfortunately. Not much we can do about it, though. We can do a bit of gambling here, because I'm looking over here, right? And we're looking like we have almost the materials to, like, straight up craft the legendary one. We've got legendary nutrients, and the purple one's only missing 1 nutrient. So I'm thinking, what if we just take... We got heaps of blue ones. We got 1 purple one so far. What if we take these 8 and just straight up roll them? And maybe they'll get us some higher quality parts. We've got some purple stuff, so we've got the purple one crafting now, and maybe the purple one might craft the legendary one. We don't know. Oh, we're up to 4 again. And I don't think it crafted us a legendary one, but now we have 2 purple ones. I guess we can roll like half of our blue biochambers again. We'll have to like really manually control this because of the way the spoilage works. We don't want to have too much extra spoilage. Like right now, I don't want to make any more. I just want to make this purple one and give it that 25% chance to roll up to legendary, and we've got the productivity. So we've got a couple of purple ones. Worst case scenario, we'll just roll with all the purple ones. Yeah, so we've got a couple of purple ones now, and we'll just let that keep going. And whenever we have a big batch of blue ones, we can think about rolling all the blue ones together. Can we turn legendary spoilage into legendary nutrients? That's another thing. Maybe I should stop deleting all my legendary spoilage. We'll just leave all our regular spoilage out, and any high... I don't know how it became legendary spoilage. I guess this thing spoiled and then it turned into spoilage. But I don't think I can turn that back into legendary nutrients at any sort of reasonable efficiency, right? Because 10 spoilage is 1 nutrient. So unless I get 50 legendary spoilage, I'm not going to get the or 25. I'm not going to get the 5 nutrients back from that. So yeah, fat chance that's ever going to happen. But it's working okay so far. On this side, yeah, it's very slow. We've only got 2 epic ones. What are you slow on? The bulk inserters. The bulk inserters are having no gears, right? And no gears because we have no iron. Well, they're doing their best to smelt the iron. We can give them productivity. We don't have many productivity either. Well, if we want the iron to go faster, I suppose we can just borrow a lab for now. We got 4 epic ones. Slowly upgrade our old setup to be a little bit more efficient. And then this inserter is like too slow. That's hilarious. I can't even replace this inserter either because, yeah, I can get a green one, make it like slightly faster. But that's fine. I'm happy to just wait. It's very, very hard to sort of optimize this old base now. Alright, we've got all our green stuff. So we're going to build all our belt systems in now. Now we need like just regular biochambers, but I think I'm just going to grab the blue ones from here and fill them in for now. We can tune what speed we want which ones later. Ugh, all this wasted legendary nutrients. Be happy if I see 1 legendary biochamber. Now we're just going to use regular inserters for now, and then we'll replace them as we go. I do have regular inserters, right? Until I got rid of all of them. Oh, damn. I shouldn't have got rid of all of the white ones. I suppose we'll just use the 19 blue ones for now. So everything that's missing an inserter here is using a legendary inserter. Oh man, this is going to be a pain. Well, blue's going to have to replace legendary for now. I mean, legendary wasn't 100% required, but yeah. What is going on over here? This is our nutrient machine. So we do need a few inserters over here. Well, we'll just upgrade this system as we go. I hope I've put all the inserters in the right direction. Yeah, I believe that's it. There's no more missing stuff. So we're going to have to just hook up the system and see if it works. So I'm going to grab some artificial Yamako soil and try to set up the Yamako farm on this side now. I have 1 more agricultural tower. I wonder if I can line these up somehow. There'll be something like this. Now in theory, I should be able to tile all of this with Yamako overgrowth soil, but it's going to take a while to build all that overgrowth soil. I've got it all set up, slowly grabbing the eggs and turning it into overgrowth soil here. We got 72 to get us started. Should tile it in some sort of logical order. The other thing is, like, sometimes it tiles and it's still yellow for some reason. I don't understand why. Like, I definitely tiled this one, but it's still yellow. So I just put normal Yamako soil on it? I have no idea. Now, while we're waiting for all our soil, we can at least get this planting process started, right? We don't want it to harvest anything yet, so you can just turn into spoilage. But at least we can get all the plants ready to go. And we'll go do the same for over here, even though there's not many soil tiles at the moment, but that's fine. Cut off this thing for now, but at least we'll have some Yamako planted. While I'm waiting for stuff, I'm just going to prep the belts so that the mash comes in and the seeds go out, etc. Alright, that's the seed belt and the jelly and mash belt inputs done. So they're going back into the farm and they're going to be coming back in here. So we're just waiting for all the soil and all the plants to grow now. Now we've actually got some Yamako mash and some jelly nut. Obviously these half farms aren't going to be enough to sustain this super fast legendary system, but we can at least get it going to see what it kind of looks like. Now I believe to kickstart the system, all we need to do is prime this thing with a little bit of nutrients, not all of it, and give this thing a bit of nutrients to get started, and then it'll start cycling all the nutrients across and then giving nutrients to everything else. Now, I haven't done any spoilage handling at all, so we're going to have to wait. And we also obviously don't have any pentapod eggs, but that's fine. Things will just back up. Now, before I get killed by pentapods, I do need to handle all the spoilage and everything and incinerate everything properly. So let me grab a couple of heating towers. Now, this incinerator should handle all of the spoilage belt that comes out of the system. And this one handles all the pentapod eggs that are excess. So we can try to load this up with some pentapod eggs. Oh, we're going to hook up the water as well. Let me quickly do that. All right, that's the water in. Let's see if we put in some pentapod eggs, whether we can even get any green science out or agri-science out. We'll find out. Now, obviously, wherever we're dealing with pentapod eggs, it's always a good idea to have a couple of laser turrets somewhere. I'm just going to stick them here and maybe here. Now, it's not enough nutrients. Let's see what's going on. Why? Spoilage, spoilage, spoilage. Alright, I haven't got the nutrient handling properly because normally the nutrient belt would continue around the side, I think. So we need to handle the spoilage off the back of this nutrient belt. The way we do that, we need to use the end bit here as a spoilage thing for now, and then jump the spoilage out and delete it accordingly. There we go. Now the system runs, and well, we're already making agri-science. Obviously not at the pace that we want to be making agri-science, because we're going to run out of Yamako very quickly, right? Yeah, it's already run out. But it works. Proof of concept is there. I'm not going to bother putting this anywhere because I don't want it to keep running, but that's fine. So yeah, it all works at the moment. We just need to get the farms online now. So I'm going to do that in the background. But basically, yeah, this is the proof of concept for the science, but we've still got to build out the rest of the system. So let me get the science working first. What we'll do is we'll ship the science over this way for now and then get it running back to Nalvis. That way we can basically have a proof of concept going, all right, that's going to work. And then next episode, when we can get all the soil and the legendary buildings that we need, we will finish off the build and tidy it all up. We still haven't got a single legendary one, though we got 7 purple ones. And we still haven't got any legendary inserters, though we got 6 purple ones. Terrible. Back to playing farmer, we've got another 200 Yamako overgrowth soil, so we're about halfway tiled. Let's tile out the rest and see what we can do. I'm really hoping... Oh crap. I don't want to waste it on that middle tile. I'm really hoping that one farm will be enough to get us going, but I don't think it will be. We might need 2 of these Yamako farms at least. I don't know about the jelly nut. The jelly nut is more so used for other things, but not so much the science part. Oh, we're so close. We've almost got a full Yamako farm. So we can think about taking this science back out over to our main base and getting it shipped back to Nalvis now. So this is my output belt for the science. I'm going to loop it around as far around as possible for now, and then we'll deal with it properly later when we get the full build operational. Now, why is this thing still giving me crap? I only want science coming out of here. Also, we haven't set up any sort of power system using this heater yet, because this heater is always going to be at 1K, right? So we can definitely get some power going off this as well if needed. At the moment, we're just tacking off the old power system, which seems like it's happy with it. So yeah, this thing uses, it's like 6 things with a couple of beacons. It really isn't using much power, honestly. And there it is, our first tiled farm. Our Yamako farm is complete. We'll see how much one Yamako farm can actually supply the system. I doubt it's enough, but we'll find out. At the moment, everything's stopped because there's no Yamako. But we'll see when this farm is fully online, whether it's capable of supplying enough Yamako to keep this system somewhat going. I doubt it's going to do 10 per second as advertised, but we'll see how many it can actually do. At the moment, the science is being looped around back over here, so it is available for shipping. It's already produced like 200. So we'll set up SS Aquilo to pick that science up and we'll go from there. Now I'm having a little bit of a seed problem because I have too many eggs. I've stopped the egg supply, but I don't have enough seeds to turn these eggs into soil. So I'm just stealing some seeds off the belt to do that because I don't want 300 biters spawning on Gleba. The pentapods over here are annoying enough. Don't need more biters to add fuel to the fire. Oh no, what's being damaged over here? No, don't destroy this thing. Oh, lucky, nothing got destroyed. But I think that came from this area, I believe. We'll just get rid of this nest over here. I have railguns, right? Yeah, I do. I've got so many lasers now with my new system that it kills these pentapods quite quickly now. Do need to keep an eye out for pentapods. At the moment, nothing here is defended because I don't know how big my farms need to get. But at the moment, it's going all right. It's run out of seeds. How is that possible? Should this not self-supply all the seeds? Seeds are going out this way. Yeah, no, we're seed positive. It's fine. It's fine. No need to panic. How's that power usage? Yeah, we're not. This new system isn't killing the power. That's good. Now, I think we need to, like, while we can't fully supply this pentapod thing, I think we need to slow it down. Because at the moment, the pentapod thing is, like, eating all of the nutrients. So let me just get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, I think I need this. Well, let's just get rid of a lot of the beaconing things that's making this, like, really fast. And see if that's still okay. Because this thing doesn't need any beacons right now. And if it does, I can put beacons for it down here. But the pentapod thing, I think because it's continuously deleting the eggs and we're not using all of them, it's kind of killing all the nutrients in the process until we can fully supply it. So let's see now with these nutrients whether they'll flow through and create enough eggs to supply this process at a more decent rate, I guess. There we go. That was a batch of Yamako. That was all the Yamako, and it ate it, created all the nutrients, and then it made a bunch of eggs. No eggs are actually being wasted. That's good. So this thing is capturing all the eggs that it can and creating green science out of it. It's just slow because we don't have enough Yamako. Yeah, we're definitely slowly producing agricultural science packs again. We better have that shipped back to Nalvis for use before they all expire. We'll use Aquilo for now. I don't want it to interrupt the flux process because this is not continuous yet. I'll get Nalvis to request. And I don't think we've set anything up for it to go there. That's where the science is meant to go. I'm just going to have to do like a real dirty job right now. I got my bot over here. You can come over and build it, right? We need a filter thing here. But it needs to filter for agri-science. I suppose for now we can just pump it straight into that belt. And then we can deal with the Prometheum science one day when we ever get Prometheum science. Don't have to get overcomplicated with it right this minute. Gleba, what is happening? Why? Who attacked me? From where? It destroyed my agri tower. So annoying. I'm gonna have to build a new agri tower. That's not a problem. I can build 2 right now. Very interestingly enough, agri towers don't benefit from quality at all. I suppose it makes sense. Like, what would it do? Like, harvest it faster? You're still limited by the speed of growth here. It should make it harvest more efficiently. There should be like some sort of productivity for the harvest that gets more Yamako. That would be hectic. But I suppose that would just be another legendary building we'd have to go after. But anyway, we need to like defend this somewhat a little bit, I guess. At the moment, they're just coming in and stomping me. I don't want to put too much effort into defending. I might just like sit here for a while and watch. I am the defense for now. And there it is, our first shipment of agri-science. Is that working? Oh no, it doesn't work that way. It needs to be here. Oh god, what is it now? What is this? Where did you come from? Is this attack group? Alright, I'm gonna have to go deal with those guys. They're destroying too many materials and slowing down the rest of my processes for now. Alright. Give me a second. Where's my Spidertron? They just sent an attack group, so their base should be reasonably undefended. I'm trying to test whether, like, how far off we are from one farm being able to supply this thing continuously. I know it definitely can't, right? Surely it can't. This thing's almost going continuously. They're going to speed it up very soon. But no, we are definitely consuming all the Yamako from this one farm. It's definitely not keeping up. I have no idea how many farms we're going to need, but we're going to just keep adding on Yamako farms until we get there. But for that, we need seeds. At the moment, we don't have enough seeds to keep making overgrowth soil, so I can't make any more farms even if I wanted to, unfortunately. But our Gleba, our jelly nut farm is almost complete. I think one jelly nut farm is fine. It doesn't seem to care about anything right now. We're not really using much jelly at all for anything. Are we using jelly for anything, or is it just expiring literally? No, we are using jelly for flux, but not that much. Yeah, so this is fine. Well, we need more Yamako seed to make more Yamako farm. I think we need a second farm at the very least, and then we'll go from there. I know this thing says it consumes 37. That's really low. But yeah, I don't think this thing produces 37, does it? Does it tell me how much this thing produces? No, it won't tell me how much this thing produces. But 37 is just like one beltful. But I don't think this thing can keep up with that sort of volume. There's not too much to do between this episode and next episode. Like, Gleba is kind of stuck at the moment. I mean, I can probably get seeds going a bit faster if I really wanted to. The way to do seeds faster is basically we would just burn all the mash. By burning all this mash, it would process the Yamako from our old system a lot faster, which would generate a lot more seeds. But I'm not going to do that because we have other things that we can work on. I think we'll do Gleba in phases. So at the moment, we've set it up such that it's producing some agri-science, which is fantastic, right? So we'll leave it at that for now. And we will go and work on Aquilo while we wait for seeds. And then we'll come back and we'll iterate between Aquilo and Gleba. So we'll leave it here for now, and between this episode and next episode, I will try to get another farm online while I figure out how to do Aquilo stuff. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.